All right. So, welcome. So, this is great. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, I think. I don't know. How many out there have seen the first summit that we did or participated in the first summit? Show of hands. Okay, about 15, 20%. So you all got to witness the do-it-yourself version of a conference, which was quaint, a little bit more, town hall-like, and it was in the other section. This year we blew it up a little bit bigger, and it's amazing when you get some help how much better things can come across. So I've never seen a screen this beautiful. So a lot of great videos that are going to be showed today, a lot of great times we're going to be having. And I'm going to just start out by kind of getting the audience involved a little bit and figuring out sort of how to get the energy up and everything else. I was at a concert called Bottle Rock recently, and there was this performer. He's a fan. My son's a fan of him, named Logic. He's his rapper, good, positive-spirited rapper, though. And he was out there talking to the audience, and it's Bottle Rock. You guys know what Bottle Rock is? It's a bunch of old white people drinking wine in the middle of Napa Valley listening to rock music. So you had this rapper out there talking and rapping, and the whole time he's yelling at the audience, "You guys are giving me a 5. I'm up here giving you a 10, and I'm only getting a 5. So if I don't get at least a 7 out of the audience, I'm walking off the stage, and we're just going to cancel the whole doggone thing." And since my time is up now, I'll be leaving the stage because I was supposed to get started a half hour ago, and I only have a half hour to speak. So we'll try to move it back in and as over the course of the day. But I do want to say that we've got a great day planned today. We have lots and lots of fun. And I think you'll find that that's one of the things that's key about RealWear is what we do is we believe in a happy workplace. We believe in a fun workplace. And today we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to prove it by showing you guys some stuff that's funny. We're going to show you some stuff that you're going to learn about, some new products and some new things that we're releasing. So you're going to learn a bit. You're going to hear from a lot of our partners. And this first maybe 2 hours, hour and a half will be RealWear, and the rest of the day pretty much is occupied by our partners and our customers. And why I think that's significant is my dad, who's up here in the front. Say hi, Dad. So he asked me, he said, "Andy," he goes, why are you having another summit now? You know, some people do it once a year and this and that, and we had one a little over 18 months ago. And he said, "Why now? Why would you spend the money? What's the return on investment for putting on something like this?" And I thought about it, and it was a good question, and I think it's a good point to start off the day about. So when we had our first summit over in this other smaller room about a year and a half ago, we said, "Hey guys, hey world, we have a product." And that was about it. That was the main point of that summit, is that we had just built our prototype products, and we had just begun to sample those prototype products for a few people, a few customers, and that sort of thing. We made our announcement, who's here again today, our very great partner, Barcotech, who will be coming on the stage later. We announced that Barcotech was our first reseller and our first purchaser of our first Pioneer kit. Both world record holders, Barcotech, and so we'll be able to see how they've done since then. Well, now today we take a look at where we're at, and I realized something that all through AWE this week, if some of you are attending, how many people are attending Augmented World Expo? Okay, great. So you're going to hear a lot of people saying the word deployment, all over AWE, and I've been to every AWE since Ori started them way back in 2010, 11, somewhere in that circle time frame when I founded Daiquiri. So at AWE, you're going to hear deployment. What we've done here in this conference today, and why this is an important moment to bring everybody together, is we're kind of an elite group of people. This is the group that's actually deploying, okay? You're going to go, and you're going to be a lot of other people saying they're deploying at AWE, but they're not. Trust me. I've been in the space for 11 years. I know who's deploying. I know who's not. This is the group of people that are the pioneers, the tip of the spear on deploying and getting things out there into the space. So what are we going to do today? We're going to figure out why. Why are we successful where others have failed? It's not like all our other competitors or the other folks that are in our space are trying to fail or trying not to deploy. So why is it have we cracked the code? And I have a thesis that we're going to present today, and you've seen it all around you as you get around this space. Safety, security, stability. We're going to talk a lot about what those three words mean and why they're so important for enterprise deployment. And then we'll tie that together with a very interesting slogan, which also happens to be how we navigate home, is how we come back to our home screen on our system, but it also embodies to us the safety of home, the stability of home, the security of home. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, let me give a shout out. These are all the folks that help sponsor this event. So I like to say we do everything at 5-star quality and 2-star prices at RealWear. As proof, I'm the MC tonight. I'm a 3-star MC with 0-star pricing. So Matt, I must have been over budget or something, so he threw me up here. But these are all the folks that help make this possible. So you'll hear from most of these folks, if not all of these folks. And please, as we have the breaks, go out there and see these folks in action, because they're the ones that make magic out of the HMT-1. These are the magic makers, and they're on display in the other room. You have a full day to hear from the group. Also, I'd like to thank the people that put on the event, that organized it, led by Matt Furlick over here, Vice President of Marketing at RealWear. So let me give Matt an absolute round of applause. You see, he's got it down to the detail, and he wants to make sure I sit right next to him so I don't say anything off script. But I've already completely blown that, and he's over there giving me the dirty eyes saying, shut up and get on with your slides. So next slide. All right, this is a classic TED Talk. I show you the globe, and everybody's inspired, right? So we are a global company. You'll see that again and again and again today. We support so many languages, so many people, so many customers. We had to be global because global is what our customers are. They're global. So if we weren't global and our customers are global, it makes a big problem. One of the things that we didn't put on the three, but is an important element, that if you don't scale globally, you can't scale in the space of global enterprise. Now, with this also, I'd like to start to talk about sort of how we've expanded since our last summit, since the Do-It-Yourself Summit that I mentioned before. Today, this is RealWear. We are 6 different offices. These are physical brick-and-mortar offices that we have all over the planet. We have 89 products and accessories, so 89 SKUs right now that we track to in totality. Plus, we're busily embarking on 2 additional platforms that we'll allude to today, but the grand reveal is up and coming. We've certified in 54 countries, pretty much every industrial country in the world. Back in the do-it-yourself days, it was 0. Today, it's 54. We have 110 employees, so we've clipped the 100-person mark. We're starting to scale, starting to put that process into place. So we are officially entering the growth phase of our company. So at this point, I would say that we're starting to take off, and it's beginning to become about process as much as it is hard work and passion. Outside, this is a sampling of the regions and locations and the customers globally that we've shipped over 15,000 systems to since our last summit. 18 months, 15,000 systems. When people tell you wearable systems are not scaling, they're not here, they're still a few years out, I don't think 15,000 systems deployed is a false measure. I do believe that it is here. We are deploying, and we're doing it in earnest. You're going to hear about where, at least some of the categories of where throughout the day. We have 1,300 customers, okay? Each one of those are in the seed stage still. They're still at a very low volume of purchasing, and over the course of this year and next, we're going to see those volumes go from 5 to 10 to 15 pieces to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 pieces, okay? We've got 130 apps that our system supports today. That is a testament of our partners and our ecosystem that are in this audience. 130 applications that have been purpose-built to run flawlessly on the HMT. And now, today, we have 12 languages. If I talked to you about a month ago, I would have said 10. We recently added Polish and Thai to our support languages. Okay, so safety. So real quick, different people with different levels of industrial experience. What safety means in the industrial framework is, of course, things like, hey, is my guy going to fall when he wears an HMT-1 or this other system? But it also means things like ergonomics, okay? How many people read a study or heard about a study from Marquette University that was sponsored by the Electric Power Research Institute? Just came out. Couple people. Is she here? Stand up. Tell them about it. Hello. Thank you very much. Of the study? All right. Well, let's thank her, first of all, for doing the hard work. What she did recently was publish a study on the ergonomics, because it's not just about situational safety, it's also about prolonged use safety. And some of the things that she did in her study were to talk about ergonomics of various wearable systems, more specifically the HoloLens versus the HMT. So different scenarios, different situations beget different devices. The HoloLens is not a bad device, but you just don't want to wear it as you're dangling from the side of a building or up on a tower or something like that. And her study will point to those issues, that if you try to substitute the wrong system at the wrong time, it doesn't work. Stability. This means a lot of things as well. This means stability of us as a company. We have major corporations want to embark on tens of thousands of pieces as minimum orders over a framed agreement, but what they're asking me is, will RealWear be around in 2 years? Okay? And I'm here to say that I will assert that we are the most stable wearable company on the face of the planet Earth, including HoloLens, including Google. And the reason is, RealWear only is in business for one thing. And soon I'll be able to tell the crowd, not quite yet, about a raise that we've just completed that will ensure this stability exists and continues to exist for whatever that word is. I need like a, Justin Timberlake's got a thing in his ear that people can tell him what to sing when he messes up words. I don't have that. I just have the Justin mic so I can dance. And then security, okay? So we're going to talk a lot about security when Sanjay comes up here as being an essential element. I say to people, look, Apple iPhone came out in 2008. The first Apple iPhone on a Raytheon campus was 2012. It took 4 years for us to figure out that, security, how to manage my devices, how to make sure that when we attach those devices to our internet or to a back-end system that we're not going to get a hole that lets little bad guys in and steal all of our secrets. So when I thought about those 3 words, I thought about this word navigate home, which is a very cool word. It's a cool expression. I mean, we all are in this phase of our lives and in the world that tradition means so much to us. And no matter what side of politics you fall on, tradition is something that I think as a country and as a world means a lot to us as a race, as a people. And tradition kind of is embodied by this sense of home and this feeling that you get when you think about your first home. Like maybe when you are 5 or 6 years old and you can first remember where you first lived, and you always thought it's stable at home. Most of us, some of us have broken homes, obviously, and this and that, but mostly when you think about the good things, you think about the stability, you think about the security, you think about the safety. So it embodies in a conceptual way these elements and these things that we need to scale with. So you're going to see a number of professionally done commercials I'll shout out my good friend John Lang at Storybox Creative. Absolutely fabulous group of folks. And you all are going to see the first release. Like this is the world premiere of these 3 commercials. And we will be moving through these commercials over the year. So some of them won't be period specific for the middle of the summer because we intend to release this over the course of the year. But I think everyone will understand sort of what it means when I say navigate home after watching these commercials. So without further ado, let's get the show going. I made up 15 minutes, hopefully, and we'll show the first of the series of 3 commercials. Go ahead and let her